Hi everyone, welcome to Karen's Corner. Hope everyone's having a great day, or had a great day. This is actually being filmed after the 4th of July weekend. So I do hope everybody had a safe and happy 4th. Still sheltering in some states, some a little more strict than the others, but so happy that you joined me to practice wherever you are. So for today, you're going to need a couple of blankets and one strap. If you don't have a strap, a blanket, a towel, will work just as well for what we're going to be doing today. And today's readings are coming out of one of my all-time favorite books. Just so you know, it's by Melody Beattie, and I'm hoping I'm saying the lady's names right. I love her writings. It's called Journey to the Heart. So the inspiration will be coming from her today, so thank you. So let's go ahead and get started by coming all the way down onto our backs so we have a chance to just catch our breath and settle. So take your couple of blankets, double fold them, and if you don't have two blankets, that's fine. You can improvise and use a pillow. Make a little bit of a T out of your blankets, and then go ahead and work your way all the way onto your back. Take your time here and make sure you're comfortable so you can really focus about being present today. So go ahead and wiggle around. Get yourself comfortable here. Extend the legs long. Turn the palms up, invite the shoulders to just fall toward the floor and let the feet fall away from each other. And do nothing here but just be. Yeah, we're called human beings, but most of the time we're human doings, right? So close your eyes and just take a few moments to breathe. Inviting yourself into your practice, letting go of all the external energy around us, whether you hear voices in the background, a TV, a lawnmower, a siren, the dishwasher, all life's joyful noises. And maybe that noise is coming from inside your head. You're ruminating previous experiences, reviewing your to-do list. And so just kind of check in and notice all that energy surrounding us. Just go ahead and let the world continue to spin while you invite yourself into your practice, your mat, your magic carpet, your private island, this safe and sacred space that belongs to only you. And then if you decide that this posture isn't going to be comfortable for you, go ahead and put a bend into the knees or bring the soles of the feet together. But if you're comfortable right where you are, then just stay right where you are. And if at any time it becomes uncomfortable, make any sort of modifications. Now gently shift your focus to your breath. And gently begin to follow the breath in and out. And if any of life's energies are pushing up against you or attempting to pull you away from your practice. See if you can set that down, exhale it away, or simply return to your breath. And if it helps, you can certainly count. Or silently say to yourself, breathing in and breathing out. And then each time you breathe in, can you invite a little more calm or softness in? And as you breathe out, just empty out all your cares, your worries. Soften the skin on your face. Relax the jaw. And can you allow a sense of heaviness to come into the body? Almost like you're sinking into your mat here. Breathing in, breathing out. Just take a few more mindful breaths here, staying right where you are. And then softening your focus just a little bit, listening to my voice. Right now, in this moment, things are working out. Yeah, we may be trying to control, shape, and form things the way we think they might be. Trying to figure out why they are the way they are. We back off, we come closer, we worry, we wander, we wonder, but things are working out. This dance of life is taking place in sync with the rhythm of the universe. Everything is working out, moving forward, and evolving. There is a rhythm, an energy, a life force that continues, that shapes, that grows. You do not have to fight, resist, control, or even understand it. All you need to be is present. Present for your life, present for yourself. Your soul will lead you on. Your inner voice, your heart, is leading you. Quiet your mind and trust that where you are and where you're being led is perfect. When I first read that, I thought, especially during these times, it's a little hard to convince myself that things are working out, particularly during this pandemic, that there is a dance to this universe, that the universe knows what it's doing. Yeah, so it's a challenge. We resist, we try and control, we try and shape things the way we think they need to be. We hold on, we let go, we wander back. So maybe for this hour's practice, just for this practice, can you set an intention to just be present? Be present for yourself, trusting that on the mat, through the postures, you're listening to your voice. And wherever you end up is exactly where you're supposed to be. So with that in mind, bring the palms to the heart. And then just take a moment to breathe into that intention. Silently saying, just may I be present for this practice. May I just trust that this is exactly where I need to be. And if you're like me, sometimes you struggle to be authentic in that. Yeah, okay, I'll be present, right? Sometimes it takes a little more effort to convince myself. So I get it. But plant that seed to be present. Quiet the mind. Trust yourself where you're being guided and your light. And then take a few breaths into that intention. And then use your next out breath to release the arms out to the side. Put a bend into the knees. Walk the feet wide. And bring some movement back into your body by moving the knees back and forth. Invitation here to keep the eyes closed. So you're really focusing on moving with the breath. Noticing what's going on with your body, where it might feel a little sticky or tight. And also where it might feel a little freer as well. Because sometimes we tend to focus on what needs to be done instead of how far we've come, right? And then the next time you're over to the right, hold here for a couple of breaths. You can breathe into stillness or adjust in any way. Soften the belly, the shoulders. And use an in-breath to come back to center. And then just surrender the breath and the knees in the opposite direction. And again, keeping the eyes closed, notice how this side of the body feels. And then inhale back to center. We'll roll over all the way onto our right sides. Use our arm strength to lift us up. Nudge those blankets, the pillow, whatever you were using to support you, to the side. And find your way onto your back once again. Extend the legs long here. Relax the shoulders, turn the palms up. Remind yourself of that intention to be present. Trusting I will be guided by my breath. and my inner voice. So if I cue you to do something that just doesn't speak to you, take a posture as far or as soft as works for you. Trust where you're being guided. So with that, bring the knees to the heart. Wrap your arms around your shins or underneath your knees, whatever's more comfortable for you. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Invite a little rock from side to side. Notice where your back, your lower back, your shoulders make contact with your mat. And then slide the palms to the knees, and then just begin some knee circles in one direction. You can separate the knees or move them in one direction. Your choice. Always lots of options, and these options are a great way to personalize your practice. And then reverse the direction of the circle. And then coming back to center, bring your palms behind your knees and extend both those legs up toward the sky. Press through the heels, curl the toes back toward the shins. Good. From here, bend and straighten both legs, flowing with the rhythm of your breath. And then the next time those legs are straight, hold here. Once again, fire up those legs, press through the heels. Option to release the arms or hold on to your thighs or the backs of your legs, your choice. Good. And then use your next breath to separate the legs. Good. On an inhale, come back to center. So we draw in on an inhale, exhale, gently release. Go ahead and do that a couple of more times. Again, you're firing up those legs, you're pressing through the heel. And then the next time the legs are separated, hold here. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, come back to center, and then cross that right leg all the way over the left so the thighs touch. Bend the knees and draw the knees in. Good, so again, options here. You can grab your shins, you can come underneath your knees. Stay here for a few breaths. And if you'd like to add some intensity to it, you can grab your shins, your ankles, press through the heels, play with it a little bit, explore. Get curious as to how different adjustments, modifications feel in the body. Now the legs are doing the work here, so relax the shoulders, let the throat be soft. Take another inhale here. Can you pull in just a little bit more? You're feeling the stretch here. Listen to your inner voice. Take it just to a place that's comfortable for you. Good, and then exhale, gently release. Uncross the legs, extend those legs up to the sky. Bend the knees. Give yourself a hug. Shake it out. And then we'll go to the other side. So you're going to extend those legs up again. Fire up the legs. Toes curl back. Heels press up. Inhale here. Exhale, separate the legs. Inhale, come back to center. So you feel your inner thighs fire up too if you press through the heels. And the next time those legs are open, hold here. Option to hold the backs of the legs or release the arms. adding or taking away any intensity here that works for you today. And then in breath draws us back to center. This time the left leg crosses over, thighs touch, and then we'll draw the knees in. Palms underneath the knees, on the shins. Shoulders are relaxed. We'll hold the pose here for a few breaths. And if you want to add any sort of intensity to it, you can grab the shins or the ankles. Play with the feet a little bit, press through the heels. Notice how that adds a little bit of energy to the pose. And then an exhale, gently release, uncross the legs, extend them up toward the sky. Then bend the knees, give yourself a nice squeeze here. Drop the feet to the mat. Extend the legs long. Inhale, both fingertips up overhead. So take that breath beyond the fingertips here. See if you can touch that back wall. Take the breath in between the ribs. So as you're reaching back through the fingertips, you're also relaxing the shoulders, so we're not tensing up the neck or anything. And then you're going to put a bend in that right elbow, moving that elbow toward the top of your head. Left palm comes to that elbow. Take an inhale here. And then on an exhale, you're just going to gently nudge over to the left. You're going to feel this whole right side body grow a little longer. Come back to center. Exhale, release. Good. One more time. And then this time, take it just to a place that's comfortable for you. So see if you can relax the shoulder and the elbow. If you find yourself lifting up a little bit, draw yourself a little closer to center. Close your eyes. See if you can invite some softness into the right side body. And then you might notice after a breath or two, you can take it a little deeper. So stay here. If you do want to add some intensity to it, take that right ankle and cross it over the left. And you might even be able to feel the breath go a little deeper down the right side body. Listen to your breath. Listen to your voice. It's that gentle dance, right? And then slowly release, coming all the way back to center. Bend your elbows, bring them out into goalpost pose or a cactus pose. Shake out the feet. Just give yourself a little bit of a break here. And then an inhale takes those fingertips overhead once again. Take the breath beyond the fingertips. And then a bend into the left elbow. Right palm comes to that elbow. Inhale here. And then exhale over to the right. And do that a couple of 3 times before you settle in. Find some softness in the breath, relax the shoulder. So again, if you find that shoulder or some tensing in the neck, come back to the center line just a little bit. Let the breath kind of creep in between each of the ribs. And if you want to add some energy to this, cross that left leg over. You can feel that the stretch go all the way down the sides of the waist, maybe into the hip a little bit as well. Good, another breath in and out here. And then slowly release, coming all the way back to center. Release those arms, bring them out to goalpost pose. Close the eyes. Return to that intention, that seed you planted, about being present. Guided by breath, guided by our inner voice, trusting that the universe is all working out. I know all the sheltering in is making me question if the universe really knows what they're doing, right? I get it. So let go of the fighting, let go of the resistance, let go of the effort to try and change things. Invite a little trust into your practice. And then begin to draw the knees in. Give yourself a nice squeeze once again. Work your way over to your right side. Use your arm strength to right yourself up as you find a tabletop pose. And then when you get to tabletop, begin to breathe through a few cat-cows here. Adding any sort of organic movement that works for you. A circling of the hips, maybe bending the elbows, curling the toes, uncurling them. And then finding a neutral spine, just checking real quick to make sure those palms are directly underneath our shoulders and the wrist creases are aligned with each other on the front edge of our mat. Nice strong arms here. On your next breath, send your right fingertips out in front of you. So you want a nice long spine, the tailbone reaches back, crown of the head reaches forward. So notice if your head has a tendency to drop. Turn the thumb up toward the sky. Take an inhale here, and then on an exhale, you're going to turn that thumb down, and then as the hips go back toward the heels, you're going to float that arm all the way down to your lower back. Inhale, go ahead and lift up, fingertips reach forward. Exhale, thumb turns down, palm turns up and comes to your lower back. Connect movement and breath. And then this next time we're going to hold here in like a child's pose. Palm is up on the back of your waist. Tiptoe those left fingertips away from you. Soften your heart and the center of your forehead. Two more breaths here. And then an in-breath, lift all the way back up. Plant your palms underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and shake it out with a few cat-cows. If today is a down dog day and you need to curl the toes and lift the hips up and back, by all means go ahead and do that. Any of these options, again, a great way to personalize your practice. And then coming back to tabletop, inhale, left fingertips go forward, thumb reaches up, spine, head and extension of the spine here. Exhale, turn that thumb down, hips go back toward the heels, palm lifts up toward the back of the waist. Inhale, lift up, exhale, back. And then on this next one, take that child's pose on this side then. So the palm is up, resting on your lower back. Spider walk those right fingertips away from you. Press the hips back into the heels. Feel a nice stretch in your lower back, a little bit in the hips. Soften your heart. Soften your breath. And then an in-breath, slowly rise all the way back up. Good, plant those palms once again. Shake it out with a few cat-cows or a down dog. Then returning to your tabletop. Inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Press through that heel, so it's that same action we were doing on our backs, where those toes curl back to our shins. Good. Take an inhale here. Float that right leg all the way to the left off your mat. Drop the toes, and then just give yourself a little rock back and forth here. So the shoulders are squared forward. And then find a sweet spot to hold. So press through those toes, stretching out the bottom of the feet. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can shift the gaze over your left shoulder, gazing back at those toes. And then from here, you're going to tuck that right knee behind the left, so those thighs touch. Again, same thing we were doing on our backs here. And then you're going to take a modified child's pose. So you're not going to be able to go back as far as you usually do with the child's pose. You're going to feel a nice, beautiful, yummy stretch here. And if you want to play with the upper body a little bit, that's fine. Maybe walk the palms away, walk them wide, or stack the palms and bring your forehead to them. Play with it a little bit, guided by your breath and your inner voice. And then your next inhale, slowly rise all the way back up. Yeah, uncross the legs, come back to that cat-cow, down dog, shake it out. And then tabletop once again, nice strong tabletop. Inhale, left leg goes back behind you, press through the heel, fire up that leg, and cross that leg all the way over, drop it to the right side off the mat, curl the toes, and then just give it a few nudges here. Hold for a few breaths. Stretch out the bottom of that foot. If you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can Gaze over your right shoulder, trying to find those toes. And then you'll tuck that left knee behind the right. Send the hips back. And notice how this side may feel different from the other. It may feel the same. So play with it a little bit. Modify where you need to modify. Let go of any way you think the pose should feel, should look. Trust in the wisdom of your breath and your inner voice. It's kind of funny. Sometimes we'll trust other people, but yet we won't trust our own voice, right? We won't trust that the universe is guiding us. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Uncross the legs, shake it out. And then we'll move to a traditional child's pose here. So big toes kiss, knees separate. Option to make an active child's pose by walking the fingertips away from you, or just relaxing the arms down. A little pillow out of your palms if you'd like. You can bring the palms to prayer pose. Whatever child's pose you've selected, remind yourself of that intention, about being present. A couple of more breaths here. And then slowly begin to rise all the way back up. A couple of options here. You can curl the toes and lift yourself up to a down dog. If that's not what you want to do today, slide those palms next to your knees as you curl the toes. Roll back over onto the soles of your feet as you lift the hips up to the sky, coming into a forward fold. If you're in down dog, take a moment to pedal out the heels. And then walk your palms back towards your feet. Slide those palms up to your shins. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, gently bow. Good, go ahead and do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold. Hands to the hips, press the feet to the mat, slowly rise all the way up. Being led by your heart, crown of the head lifts last. Standing nice and tall, give yourself a couple shoulder rolls forward and back. And then come to stand. Feet separated about hip width distance apart, second and third toe forward. So you're going to cross that right leg over the left. Grow long through the right side body here. Yeah. Bend into that elbow. Opposite palm comes to the elbow here. Yeah, so you want to work on trying to get that elbow as much towards the sky as possible, without sacrificing your spine. So if you find like you're really arching back, that's okay. Just let go a little bit. Yeah, let go of the grasping. It's so easier to say that than to do that. I understand. I get it. Take an inhale here. On an exhale, see if you can drop toward the left just a little bit. Come back to center. And then on the third one, you're going to find a place to hold. Yeah, so squeeze those legs together. Thighs should be touching here. And then play with this a little bit. See if you can draw that elbow back. Fold over a little deeper. Pull the belly in. Yeah, it's hard to let go of the grasping, right? To just trust that taking it right where you need to be. Nice inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the arms, uncross the legs, shake it out. And then we'll go to the other side. So left leg crosses over. Grow long through the left side body. Put a bend in that elbow once again. Inhale here. Exhale over to the right. Come back to center. Do that a couple of times before you settle in to your perfect pose. And then once you're there, stay there for a few breaths. Try not to be in a hurry. The universe doesn't hurry, right? It takes its time. Sometimes longer than we think it should take, yeah? But we're trusting. We're trusting that it's sinking. We're stepping into the rhythm. So you can draw that shoulder back just a little bit more. Play with it a little bit, yeah. And then come back to center, uncross your legs, release the arms, go ahead and shake it out. A couple shoulder rolls forward and back. And then grab your strap. Again, if you don't have a strap, a towel will work just as fine. So you're going to take that strap, hold it in your right hand. Take that hand up overhead, bend in that elbow. And then that same action we were doing in tabletop with our thumb forward, we're going to take that rotation in the shoulder, float it all the way to the back of our waist, and grab the opposite ends of the strap. So you're going to be looking like this. From here, add some tension to the strap and see if you can spider walk your fingertips toward one another. So if you find yourself crunching or anything, you've gone too far. So keep the heart lifted, a gentle curve in your back, so you're not curving back trying to touch when your body's not ready to do that. Yeah. Hold for a breath or two. Hold the pose, not the breath. And then see if you can walk your fingertips toward one another just a little bit. Yeah, pull on that strap. You feel nice. Your shoulder's going to feel great when all this is over with, right? Feel nice and spacious, both in the hips and the shoulders. Good. One more breath. And then exhale, gently release. And a couple shoulder rolls forward and back here. Let it go. And then we'll take the strap in the opposite hand. So left hand overhead, bend the elbow. Same action we were doing with it coming back to the back of your head. Thumb up, exhale. Thumb rotates all the way down, shoulder rotates, grabbing the back end of that strap. Now from here, it may feel different. You may be a little closer, you may be a little farther away. Inhale here, grow nice and long, keep that side body long, keep the spine lifted, crown of the head reaches up, yeah. Take a couple of breaths here, see if we can move a little closer. Maybe turn the corners of your lips up. Yeah, it's okay to smile. Even though people can't see a smile behind the mask, you can see the eyes lift. You can see the glow in their eyes. One more breath. Ah, that's it. Exhale, gently release. Beautiful. Set the strap to the side. to stand on your mat, bring the palms together at the heart, close your eyes. Take a moment once again to find that intention. Yeah, being present, trusting that the universe is in sync, stepping into that rhythm. Being guided by our breath, by our inner voice. And then gently blink the eyes open. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold at the waist, heart leads the way. Lower yourself all the way down. Option to walk yourself out to a down dog, or bend the knees, bring the palms to the mat, roll over onto your hands and knees until you're at a tabletop. If you're in down dog, drop the knees, work your way to a tabletop, and then we'll all take a child's pose here. Reconnecting with our mat, with our intention, with our breath. And then slide those palms back towards your knees. Go ahead and shift your hips to one side. Extend your legs on your mat. Good. Take your strap once again. And then from here, you're going to cross that right knee over. Option here to bring that heel toward your left hip. So work on getting your knees as close to stacked as possible. Take the strap, wrap around the sole of your left foot. Fire up that leg. Toes are curled back so the leg is nice and active. Inhale here, sit up nice and tall. And on an exhale, you're going to melt the heart forward. Stay here for a breath or two. See if you can take another inhale and then fold a little deeper. This is kind of a modified cow face pose, Gomukhasana. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Uncross the legs, extend them long, shake it out. And then we'll go to the other side. So right leg is long, left leg crosses over. Stacking the knees as close as possible. If they don't stack completely, that's okay. Hey, when the music turns on, we all have our own dance, right? Just trying to step into the rhythm of the universe and trusting that the universe knows what it's doing, right? Guided by breath, guided by our inner voice. Inhale here, and then when you're ready with your out breath, begin to melt the heart. Take another inhale here, and then on an exhale, can you fold a little deeper? And then use your next in-breath to rise all the way back up. Yeah. Set that strap to the side, uncross your legs, shake them out. And then using your core, pull the belly in, palms out to the side. Slowly work your way onto your back. And then once you get all the way here, there, draw the knees in, give yourself a squeeze. Plant the feet, release the knees over to the right. Option to take that left arm up overhead. Option to take the bottom foot and place it on the knee. Close the eyes. Breathing in and out. Release your legs. Draw the palm, left arm back to center. The knees. And then we'll release the knees in the opposite direction. So take it in baby steps. Release the knees first, then maybe take the right arm up overhead. See how that feels for a breath or two, and then maybe take that foot and place it on your thigh. And then a gentle inhale brings us back to center. Draw the knees in, give yourself one final squeeze. And then collect up any layers or props that you want to use to support you during your Shavasana. So you can always come back to that posture we were doing when we first started out. That little T. A simple pillow under your head works just as well. Extend your legs long. Close the eyes. Shift the gaze toward the heart. Things are working out. The dance of life is taking place in sync with the rhythm of the universe. Your soul will lead you on. Your inner voice, your heart, is leading you. Quiet your mind. Trust that where you are and where you are being led is perfect. Settling into these last couple of minutes of silence, of being, of trusting. And keeping your eyes closed. Invite some movement back into your body by wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe a gentle rock of the head from side to side. And then when you're ready, put a bend into the knees. Roll over to the right side. And then use your arm strength to lift you up. Work your way back to a comfortable seat. And Join the palms together in front of the heart. Take a nice big inhale here, and then on your exhale, drop chin to chest as you gently bow into your hands, your heart, and your internal light, trusting it all. And then we'll all send our mantra, our seeds of trust into the universe by breathing into that intention that we planted, that seed, and then exhale it away. And I trust we are being guided to just the right place, wherever that is. It's been my honor to guide you through this practice, and thank you so much for joining me today. From my heart to yours, I bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time on the mat. Thank you, everyone.